It's always so difficult to speak on behalf of a country. Did I make the right choice? Who guided me? Who led me? How am I supposed to live with it? And what does Theseus have to do with it? To say what needs to be said, I need to recall all the intricacies of my fate. Where it all began.
For the second time in the lives of most of us, we are at war.
On September 3rd, 1939, at 11 a.m., the United Kingdom officially entered the war.
Another new ship joins the Royal Navy. Promising officer William Taylor was appointed as her commander.
I was in good standing. 20 years of service. They trusted me. But I was worried still. I couldn't find the order giving me command of the new ship. I only needed to confirm my consent for my new life to begin. And then, this blasted phone rings. I'm sure it's a call from the Admiral. He's going to ask me to wait and reject any new assignments for now. I have a tough choice in my hands. To favor my career and accept the assignment, or head into a tough battle again. Which path should I choose?
On May 10th, 1940, King George VI officially appointed Winston Churchill as Prime Minister.
I have nothing to offer but blood, toil, tears, and sweat.
The enemy never sleeps. Wolf packs of hostile submarines and Luftwaffe aircraft stand in the way of our brave sailors.
The remains of the last convoy were saved thanks to the courage of Captain William Taylor, who brought the ships to Liverpool.
I'm in the newspapers now, and the Prime Minister himself asked me to stay after one of his meetings to discuss special forces that would be tasked with searching for and destroying the enemy in the Atlantic. What did Mr. Churchill ask me? Oh yes, should these forces include aircraft carriers? The question caught me off guard. On the one hand, searching for the enemy in the sea with the help of aviation has great potential. On the other, we should take stock of what happened in 1939. We lost an aircraft carrier and brought down a firestorm on our heads in the newspapers. How should I answer him?
On May 10th, 1940, King George VI officially appointed Winston Churchill as Prime Minister.
I have nothing to offer but blood, toil, tears, and sweat.
Most of the convoy, carrying invaluable cargo of equipment and ammunition from Canada, was sunk on approach to the British Isles.
The Pacific Ocean is turbulent. Should the Royal Navy be on the other side of the world, when war is raging just off the English coast?
Stuck in London for some time awaiting a new assignment, I met up with an old friend. We studied together at the Naval College at Dartmouth, and together, we celebrated our promotion to officers. It was a long time ago. We had our moments to remember over a few glasses of ale. He is at the Admiralty now. He left me his phone number and promised to let me know if a good position appears, even at a remote station. And then another dilemma. Britain is my home, currently under attack. What's more, preparations for the construction of new aircraft carriers are being made, and the Prime Minister hinted that experienced officers would be needed as their commanders. Is it truly the right moment to transfer to a distant theater, the Indian or even Pacific Ocean? The situation is relatively calm there, but mark my words, this region will burst into flames in the near future.
HMS Glorious sunk on June 8, 1940.
HMS Ark Royal hit by submarine torpedo.
Britain lost 3 aircraft carriers in 1 year.
Japan attacks Pearl Harbor.
On December 7th, 1941, Japanese planes launched from aircraft carriers dealt a heavy blow to the U.S. Pacific Fleet. 18 American ships were sunk or damaged.
My doubts about aircraft carriers were supported by a top-ranking Admiralty member. Many are concerned that the country continues to spend millions of pounds on building floating airfields when we need destroyers and anti-submarine ships. Take this new project. In a word, I was offered a position at headquarters. My knowledge and experience are sufficient to change the situation, but doubts remain. We all saw these images from Hawaii. Oh God, how stuffy it is here. Perhaps the stiff sea breeze and roar of battle will help me approach the truth.
Ferry Swordfish launched from aircraft carriers. Sink 3 Italian battleships anchored at naval base.
Churchill urges Royal Navy to fight raiders and wolf packs.
Create forces that would be capable of destroying enemy submarines and
Forces
raiders.
will include aircraft carriers and specially constructed escort ships.
I recommend William Taylor for the position of commander of the new aircraft carrier.
You made your bed? Now you have to lie in it. Our forces have detected a group of submarines in the eastern part of the Atlantic. They're heading to a base on the French coast and are already within cover range of the Luftwaffe. We could overtake them and give the whole wolf pack a good beating. What should I choose? Return to the search area and reach Liverpool safely? Or give the signal to pursue them, risking attack by German dive bombers?
On October 25, 1941, battleship Prince of Wales and battlecruiser Repulse set sail to Singapore.
It's looking likely that the Japanese Empire may enter the war on the side of the Axis forces.
Our agents report that Japan has probably signed an alliance treaty with Germany and Italy.
The atmosphere is thickening. You can already cut it with a knife. Now I know this for sure because I've obtained something, and don't ask where and at what price I got this secret information. The main problem is that I can only deliver it in person once I get there. All threads are leading to 2 points on the map: Pearl Harbor, where the American fleet is stationed, and Singapore, where British ships are located. In both Hawaii and Malaya, the Allied fleet would be attacked by Japanese aircraft within 3 days of each other. I should warn you about this, but there are 2 points on the map, and only one man, me. Which direction should I choose?
Hundreds of new escort ships didn't leave the German submarines the slightest chance of success.
The enemy's submarine fleet is practically destroyed.
As for the new Navy development program, Captain Taylor expressed confidence that we should abandon the idea of construction of a series of new aircraft carriers.
Several ships, including HMS Theseus, were scrapped at the shipyard.
Now, in 1945, it is already obvious that to cope with the submarine fleet, we didn't need an aircraft-carrying fleet, but an armada of destroyers and escort ships. No one but them could have said rest in peace to Hitler's submarines better. I was among those who recommended that the construction of additional aircraft carriers should be abandoned. Well then, follow the river and you'll get to the sea. In the end, even seemingly insignificant decisions can lead to achieving the most important goal. Their thin threads, woven into a common tangle, led me through the labyrinth of history, and they put me on the right course. My work at headquarters was not in vain, and today I signed the order to scrap the unfinished HMS Theseus at the shipyard. My intuition and the forces that were leading me through the whole war, all these painful doubts, were not in vain. We've won together.
British sailors attacked German submarines directly at their bases in France.
The Battle of Midway was a decisive victory for the U.S. Navy over the Japanese Navy.
The Japanese Empire lost 4 heavy aircraft carriers.
Captain William Taylor stressed the higher efficiency of Allied aircraft carriers during the Battle of the Atlantic.
War is over.
This year, 1945, is proving to be a victorious year for the Allies. We didn't expect mercy from the enemy. The British Crown could either survive or perish. There was no third option. But follow the river and you'll get to the sea. In the end, even seemingly insignificant decisions can lead to achieving the most important goal. Their thin threads, woven into a common tangle, led me through the labyrinth of history, and they put me on the right course. I'm helming HMS Theseus, the most modern ship in the Royal Navy. And I can only say thank you. Thank you to those who helped me stay on track.
On December 10, 1941, in an engagement near Kuantan, British battleship Prince of Wales was sunk by Japanese aircraft.
The battle for the Atlantic continues. Brave British sailors are fighting enemy forces both in the air and on the sea each day. Captain William Taylor has been appointed commander of the new aircraft carrier Theseus, the right man in the right place.
The year is 1945. The war is not over yet. And I often ask myself the question, are my personal choices bringing it closer to its end? I'm just a fallible man, but I am confident now that today's world will not become a bleak play, and the United Kingdom will never again fall under a threat of hostile invasion. But follow the river and you'll get to the sea. In the end, even seemingly insignificant decisions can lead to achieving the most important goal. Their thin threads, woven into a common tangle, led me through the labyrinth of history, and they put me on the right course. The Royal Navy is commissioning more and more new ships. Tomorrow, I will hit the high seas aboard HMS Theseus. This is my choice, and I will give everything for it.
On December 7th, 1941, Japanese planes launched from aircraft carriers dealt a heavy blow to the U.S. Pacific Fleet.
18 American ships were sunk or damaged.
On December 8th, the U.S. Congress officially declared war on the Japanese Empire.
British battleship Prince of Wales was included in the Eastern Fleet and set sail for the Far East.
The year is 1945. The British Crown is at war in both the Atlantic and the Pacific. The attack on Pearl Harbor seriously undermined the US Navy and Air Force in the Pacific. And we have to fight for two. But every event has another side. The heavy defeat of our allies in Hawaii illustrated a clear example of the successful use of naval aviation. But follow the river and you'll get to the sea. In the end, even seemingly insignificant decisions can lead to achieving the most important goal. Their thin threads, woven into a common tangle, led me through the labyrinth of history, and they put me on the right course. Britain has a first-class aircraft carrier fleet. I myself am heading to the Pacific Ocean on HMS Theseus, this brand new aircraft carrier. Victory is in our hands, and we will achieve it.